Sorry for the lateness, people. Actually, it was a technical issue that I had, but I solved it. But I still take full responsibility. Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Look, here is me. Flashback to Elizab circa 1987. Oh my God, what was I wearing? What is living on the top of my head? I don't know, but welcome to Let's Get Physical Media. I'm your host, Elizab. That's right, this was me, Elizab, working for Silver Platters. I ran a 3-store laser video disc section for Silver Platters. I don't know what this says about me. And by the way, I'm holding Out of Africa because it was the latest disc out this week. I had Apocalypse Now, as you can see it behind me. Roger Avery dinged me, the Roger Avery, the great Roger Avery, that one day will make Glamorama. But he dinged me because he knew I had Apocalypse Now right behind that Out of Africa, and why wasn't I showing it? I don't know, because I'm the pharaoh of physical media, and of course, I'm Robert Meyer Burnett, and I'm here in the Rob Observatory, Robcasting at you imagination connoisseurs, you members of this Post-Geek Singularity community. This is Let's Get Physical Media 167. Really? And you know what the great thing about this show is? Not me. It's not me. As much as I'd like it to be about me, as much as my narcissistic psychopathology would say I want to make everything about me. I mean, why do you go on YouTube in the first place? Me. Listen to me talk. Listen to me spout whatever. But that's not why you come to this particular show. There's one reason why I do this show. Let's face it. You know him. You love him. He's your favorite German. He's my favorite German. All the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. He's come here to do what?
To celebrate physical media with you. And I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Dieter here. I'm Rocky like Erkan. And welcome to the B&B Motel, where we always have everything in balance, considering our purchases or technical difficulties. Last week, it was on my end. This week's on Rob's end. So everything is balanced out here. What more can you ask from us? And Rob, we have something to celebrate. There was this wannabe cult movie. What was it called? Starship Go. No, Free Enterprise, 25 years ago. But not only that movie is going 25 years. Rob, which movie is getting 25 years?
A movie that I have a steelbook of.
Yeah. And when I come to visit Europe, the first thing I do, I don't want to see your house. I want to go into the observatory and see if Bang Boom Bang is ordered in B.
You're going to see it, buddy. I promise.
So let's celebrate this, and let me see if I can make this popping sound a little bit.
Wait a minute.
25 years, Bang Boom Bang.
Is that an actual alcoholic beverage?
It's an Radler, which means lemonade combined with beer.
I like that. I like lemonade.
Light on the alcohol, Rob. Light on the alcohol.
Okay, well, if you're going to have a drink, I was drinking this last night. I didn't finish it, obviously. But not obviously. I just didn't finish it. But I will have a drink. I mean, twist my arm.
And Rob, considering we've seen the substance, I asked myself, in the story...
when you were talking about keeping things in balance, I'm like, 7 days.
I'm asking... Who of the both of us is the Matrix and who's the clone, you know?
You know what the funny thing is? It's been so long. You know, every 7 days, Dietz, you and I right here.
Yeah.
Now so you saw the substance.
I saw the substance, Rob. And considering Coralie Pasha didn't let me down, considering the body horror, because every time I thought we reached the end of the line, she said, hold my beer, Dietz. We have some way and some minutes to go, you know? The movie is not over yet.
Wow, look at you taking multiple drinks. I love that you're a German that can barely choke down alcohol.
I was parched up. I waited a half an hour before I can open.
Dude, I got to tell you, when I come to Germany, I'm going to take you out and get you hammered. We're going to go out and we're going to sing, you know, do Leichmirren hurts and do Leichmirren sing, tra la la la, whatever. I don't even know what that is. You'll teach me all the German lyrics. It'll be great. But we're going to sing together, and we're going to stream live from some Saarbrücken pub. I'm going to get on the tables and I'm going to make all the crazy reserve Germans sing, and we're going to broadcast it live. You know, and then we'll all do German lessons with everybody. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting too old. I can't get away with that stuff anymore. But
so I've seen The Substance, Rob, and I would say if we have time,
that's a great poster. By the way, that's a great poster.
And if we have time after the show,
go full frame on that. Look at
that. I picked that one out specifically, Rob.
Wow.
And if you have time, I would say we can go into a little bit of a spoilery talk at the end of the show. If people want to stay on, they can. But we don't try to spoil anything at the beginning, because I think this is a movie you, like Rob always says, have to discover for yourself. We know it's out, so it's not really a discovery. But I just didn't. The only thing I did know, it's a body horror movie and it's about youth. But that's what's the only thing I knew about the movie. I didn't see any trailer. And had a nice experience, but I wasn't prepared, Rob, that it went that far. And let's leave it at that. And hopefully we'll get back at the end of the show and talk a little bit about more of it. But I think, Rob, this is not a movie for the mainstream audience, so I don't think it made a big splash at the box office, unfortunately.
Well, you know, mainstream audiences. Yeah. It's a term I always hate using in convention and sci-fi circles, but the word mundane comes to mind. The mundanes couldn't dig it.
But we're not talking here about a Venom popcorn bucket. That's for damn sure.
But can you imagine what the Substance popcorn bucket could have looked like?
God damn it, Rob! God damn it! I have no idea, Rob.
Actually, okay, anybody watching this, all of you people that are adept with working with AI, send me your best The Substance popcorn buckets, and we'll have a contest.
That's a good idea, Rob. That's a good idea.
a contest. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Just quick, Rob. What did Elizabeth thought of the movie?
She actually liked it. Hey, actually, you know what? I'll find out. Let's call her.
Yeah.
Let's see what she thinks.
Let's do it. Just a 2-minute Elizabeth.
Yeah, we're going to do a 2-minute Elizabeth.
I was really curious about what she thought about it.
Hello?
Yes.
How would you like to do a really brief Elizabeth's whining about movies right now on the phone? Dieter is asking, what did you think of The Substance?
Oh, man. I barely slept last night. I can't concentrate on this.
Really? This is not boding well for this preview for the new season of Elizabeth's whining about movies.
You kind of put me on the spot. You know I was up really late last
Just
night.
a quick summary.
Just a quick summary Dietz wants to know. Come on. You're on the spot. That's what happens. Sometimes show business calls on you.
Not
this is one of those times. A couple of words. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I think the message was powerful, but also
there are no buts.
There
are no buts.
Huh?
You said butt? There's no buts? No, I'm kidding.
There is a butt. There is a butt.
A lot of butts, though.
I had some issues with it.
What? What were your issues?
Well, there were things that bothered me, like I didn't see why Demi Moore's character was motivated to keep doing it, because it's not like she would remember what her younger version was doing or even knew what her younger version was doing. So she was not having those emotions of being a younger person.
That's a very astute observation.
I just didn't understand why she kept going. And then the younger version had no depth. Like, we didn't really get to see her, like, what was she thinking? How was she feeling? I don't know.
Those are very astute observations, dear.
Yeah.
Dieter approves. Dieter approves. I think the audience approves too. I approve. See, you've given us good food for thought. This is why Elizab has to come
Exactly.
back.
Yes, it does.
That was the evidence.
Why don't you tell everybody what you're starting to do on Monday, doctor, professor? You're a professor.
Well, my classes that I'm teaching start on Monday.
So you're becoming Professor Bell.
Yes.
Are you excited?
You have to call me that from now on.
I will. I'm happy to call you Professor Bell.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks for the insight.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Well, there you go. There was whining about
Okay.
movies. Our first whining about. Those were actually very astute observations. I can't disagree with her.
Yeah. So do you have some numbers for us?
I got some numbers for you, buddy.
Okay.
From Nancy Tartaglione on Deadline. These are international numbers. Let's look at the international numbers first. Let's see what we got. Actually, you know what? Let's not look at these international numbers only because they are not. There's no numbers. It's more
Up to date.
paragraphs.
Okay.
I have to read
Not
too
up to
much.
date.
So here we go to this is domestic box office. The number one movie, taking it again away from Transformers 1, which opened big. Transformers 1 actually it underperformed according to what they hoped.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice made $26 million this past weekend, only down 49%, for a $226.8 million domestic gross for week 3. Warner Brothers has got to be happy with that. Transformers 1 underperformed at $25 million, although everyone is telling me that they love it. I mean, I have to say, when Transformers first came out as toys, I didn't like the fact that they were just repackaged versions of other toys. This was pre-cartoon, and it really was. I did see the Transformers movie in the theater. We got the power, Unicron. Orson Welles and Leonard Nimoy. But I've never been a Transformers guy. Sorry, so Transformers is not something that I follow. I liked Transformers 1. I have a soft spot for Dark the Moon. I really liked Bumblebee. And I'll go see Transformers 1, but it made $25 million. So that's underperforming. But I think maybe it'll. The people at the theater when we went and saw The Substance, there were a lot of people there to see Transformers 1, and they seem to all love it. So that's cool. Speak No Evil.
That's good.
Blumhouse. It's up to $21.4 million, which I think is a good one. The Halle Berry horror film, which I really don't know much about, made $4.5 million. Lionsgate. I don't know if that's underperforming. It doesn't seem. I'm sure they wanted it to make more money. It's in 2,600 theaters. Deadpool and Wolverine made another $3.9 million for $627.2 million domestic. Deadpool has outgrossed Avengers at the worldwide box office. The Substance is number 6, coming in with $3.1 million, but it was only at less than 2,000 theaters. I don't know if that's great, but it's not bad. And Mubi, since it's a physical media show, Mubi, the same people that released Decision to Leave here, Mubi put out Holy Spider too, which I really hope that they put The Substance out on 4K. They've already announced the Blu-ray, like they did with Decision to Leave. They released it on Blu-ray, then they quickly followed it up with a 4K. So come on, Mubi, don't fuck us this way. Don't fuck us. You're a new distributor.
Especially with this movie, Rob.
Yeah, I want it in 4K.
The look
this
of
is
the
the Blade Runner of body horror movies in terms of the way it was photographed. So come on. Am I Racist? Matt Walsh's polarizing film made another $2.53 million, and it's up to it added 83 theaters this week, and it only fell 41%, so it has hold, and it has grossed a total of $9 million. Reagan, Dennis Quaid. Who would have thought Dennis Quaid was in 2 of the top 10 movies this week?
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid playing Ronald Reagan, a movie that was made by a company called Showbiz for probably not a lot of money, is now up to $26.5 million domestic. And Jung Kook, Am I Still, which is at 720 theaters, has made $2.57 million. And that's Jung Kook of the leading K-pop group BTS. It's about him. And number 10, Alien Romulus, $103 million. You know, Steve Asbell, the quiet king of franchises, the president of 20th Century Studios. Another win, an $80 million spend on Alien Romulus has made over $330 million worldwide. Good for you, Steve.
Green.
So even though I didn't love the movie, glad it's making some money. You go, Fede Alvarez. So that's it. That's what we got for the box office for the week.
Rob, when you were in the theater, considering the substance, did you had any walkouts?
No, there was only 7 of us. There was
okay.
3 couples and a single person.
Yeah.
But I will say this: when it was over, I hooped and hollered, and no one else did.
Okay.
I had to give it a big cheer, big
Yeah.
woohoo.
Ooh. That was something else. I think, Rob, we have some first super chats already coming in the pipeline. Because we started a little late.
We started late. Let me see what we got. I got a super chat from Lenny Riefenstahl last night, which is one of the worst jokes ever, but I had to say it anyway.
I heard that, Rob.
I still can't. I still can't. Wow.
Yeah.
We do have some super chats. One-Eyed Jack has become a PGS hero, become a member. Thank you, One-Eyed Jack. Garrett Groover says, ooh, this is a good question. What is your favorite Catherine Bigelow movie? I have to go with Strange Days, crossing my fingers for a 4K release for the 30th anniversary. Garrick, I think I might go with you on that one. My 2 favorite Catherine Bigelow movies are Strange Days and Near Dark. I mean, a lot of people should probably say The Hurt Locker, but I love Strange Days and I love Near Dark. Do you have a favorite Catherine Bigelow movie? Dietz?
Yep, I already answered it in the live chat, but I have to go, Rob, with Point Break. Just a brotherly love, wild romance, and I'm always remembering the Elizab views about it, so I have to go with Point Break. But for me, considering Catherine Bigelow, there's actually no wrong answer that you can give.
It's true. Even her first film that she co-directed, The Loveless with Willem Dafoe, I'm a huge fan of that. And she's making a new movie on Netflix.
Oh, nice. Didn't know that.
And she's 70 now. So you go, Catherine Bigelow. Undead 6 says, I've seen the first episode of The Penguin. I thought it was boring. What? Also, killing a character as important as Alberto Falcone after 5 minutes? Come on. But hey, it's episode 1, so we'll see. I don't know. I really loved it. I didn't think it was boring.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I liked it.
Okay, nice.
Let's see. Garrett Groover says, what is your favorite Robert Zemeckis movie, and why is it his 2000s motion capture movies like Polar Express and Beowulf? It's not. My favorite Robert Zemeckis movie is the first Back to the Future, followed up by Contact. Those are my favorite Robert Zemeckis movies. Thomas Logan says that Demi Moore wins the Oscar for The Substance.
Zero chance, Thomas. Zero chance.
I was going to say no. I mean, it was a fearless performance, but it's not the kind of performance.
It's not the kind of Academy of movie, Rob.
Yeah, no. It's she might definitely get nominated.
Okay.
But
even that would be a surprise for me, Rob. Even that, considering the topic of the movie and the handling of it, considering the body horror, this is not the Academy Award type of movie. So even a nomination would a big win for me.
Yeah,
that would be great. Just to get nominated, would be awesome.
100%, right there with you, buddy.
Okay, Rob, since we are already started late, should we show some stuff?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Who starts?
You go.
Okay, I start with a bootleg, Rob, because I forgot that I bought this bootleg. And I'm glad that just having the movie, because we were asked about a 4K box set of a director, and John Woo came to mind. So this is from the German company Bullet in the Head.
Dude, I love this movie is great.
Yeah. It comes with 2 versions, but the second version is a longer, so-called festival cut. But the inserts, the quality really drops to VHS workprint quality, so you can't watch that
probably what it
at
is
all. Yeah. So the normal movie is okay. I'm just happy to have it, and we have to keep our fingers crossed that at some point it will get
Hong Kong Rescue. Hong Kong Rescue. That guy who was he restored The Killer and Hard Boiled. He was doing that, but apparently he disappeared from the face of the earth, so we'll never get it. But so I have an original disc of that, a Bullet in the Head, an old disc I have.
Oh, I simply don't know. It's available on Amazon, so for me, that's legit.
There you go.
It's not from the tuna train. Next one, Rob, you already showed. It is one of the masterpieces. I got it finally.
So good.
Kino Lorber. And I didn't know, Rob, that there is the second Blu-ray is
William
is with special features. The second one
does the second one, isn't it William Friedkin's version of 12 Angry Men?
Let me just see. Yeah, correct, Rob. Correct. You're right.
Yeah, the modern version that has William Peterson in it, which is really cool.
Corrected. Correct, Rob. Directed by William Friedkin, 12 Angry Men. Definitely a must. The next one is actually, I don't think I've seen this teeny comedy, but since it came out from Sony, who we all know what great quality they deliver, so I can't hardly wait. So nothing special to it. O-ring, slipcase.
I like that movie though.
So nice, Rob. I'm not sure if I've actually seen Can't Hardly Wait. The other one you already showed too, Rob, but I got it price reduced. I got the Hugo set from Arrow, which comes with 3 cover artworks. So you have the O-ring, then you have this cover artwork.
It's great. I love that movie. Yeah.
The original.
It's great.
And you have, as we know, the 4K, the movie in 2D and 3D, as it should be, and bonus features. We have the poster, and of course, a booklet comes with it too about the movie. So I waited a little bit until I got it for a little bit of a lower price, because I already owned, of course, the 3D version, but this is certainly a nice one too. And considering the cellophane that was around it, Rob, it actually said, I probably can show it. So it said "Made in Austria" to this. So why even ship it to the States and then back to me? Drive over the border. If you're already making it in Austria. Let me just see what I will show next, since we should stay on Arrow. I don't think I have seen this one. About Torso.
Oh yeah, you'll like it.
Okay, comes with a reversible cover artwork again, but this is just a 4K discs, and we have the booklet stuff in it. So I don't think I remember seeing that Italian one. That looks, of course, giallo to me. So Torso, first half of my haul.
Okay, well, I always get stuff from Kino Lorber, and they did not. Again, Kino Lorber boxes. One of the things I love about Kino Lorber, and the thing that again, I don't understand how their monetary. I don't understand. I'll never understand it.
Business model.
But Kino Lorber also, they have a commitment to putting out silent movies that I don't think anybody else would put out. And they also put out a lot of queer cinema, and they start out and they have good taste in queer cinema, and I call it queer cinema because it says queer cinema on the box. But I don't know either one of these movies. All This I Will Give to You, and The Summer of Carmen, and both of these movies, they're part of their queer cinema collection, and I'll watch it. Why not? It turns me on. It's cool. Then here comes Sesu Hayakawa in The Dragon Painter. We're going back in time. I wonder if it says how far back in time we're going. But a long way. I've never seen or even heard of this movie, but it's part of their silent collection. Happy to have it. Let's see what. Okay, and now. Then they sent me some other interesting stuff. I love getting boxes from Kino Lorber because you never know what you're going to get. Sexy, poignant, and transgressive, a movie called Sebastian, which I know nothing about. It was at Sundance. Don't know it, but hey, I have it. This movie is fucking awesome. Body and Soul and John Garfield and Lillian Palmer. This is a classic. I guess call it a film noir if you want. This is a great film, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. If you haven't seen this, one of the great examples of classic cinema. It is 40s, right? Yep, 1947. Great film. Here's a film, a female wrestling movie, Below the Belt.
Oh,
I don't know. Sent me that. And then William Catt and Susan Day. I saw this movie. I didn't even know. This was from 1977. I saw this movie, William Catt and Susan Day. I don't remember if I think I saw it on TV. But I was like, come on, the greatest American hero and Laurie from the Partridge Family. You go, Kino Lorber. And then they re-released. I've owned this movie on Laserdisc, multiple copies on Blu-ray. I actually have this. They've released this version before. And I also, Kelvin Wellborn sent me the night. This movie has two different versions. There's Burn Witch Burn, which is the American title, and the UK version is called Night of the Eagle. This is one of my favorite early 60s horror movies. And it's based on a story by Fritz Lieber, called Conjure Wife. And
don't forget, Rob, if you have the I and the E, it's Lee, Dieter.
So it's I guess it's Fritz Lieber. I've always said Fritz Lieber.
There you go, Rob. There you go.
You know what? I'm going to open this because I want to see if it has a reversible sleeve. Yeah. Even though I've already opened this once. So this movie, if you've never seen it, Peter Wingard, who plays Clytus, he was a number 2 in The Prisoner, who plays Clytus in Flash Gordon. Look at this. It does have a reversible cover.
Nice.
And kind of like because it has both versions. So this is the British cover, Night of the Eagle. And so that's cool. It's got both. But so this movie is totally delightful. Peter Wingard plays a professor, a college professor who's very much buttoned up, and he's very conservative, and he's got this really cute wife. And it turns out his wife is a witch, and the school has a coven of witches that he's a professor at, but he has no idea that his wife's a witch. And so all these like evil witches are coming at her husband, and she's protecting him with all of her spells, but she can't let him know any of this is going on. And the movie's just, I love it. It's so good.
What's the English title, Rob?
Burn Witch Burn, which is a very lurid.
And the other title was
Night of the Eagle.
Okay, didn't know what Night of the Eagle. Considering the Germans, tell us what is the movie Night of the Eagle? Okay.
Well, Night of the Eagle is pretty literal, but it doesn't really. It doesn't do. Neither one of those titles do justice to the film. Okay. But if you want to watch a great Halloween movie that is the whole family can enjoy. This movie's that movie. No, you can show this to your grandparents and they'll find it delightful. Unless, they're raving weird Christians that don't want to have anything to do with witchcraft or Satan or anything like that. I mean, Satan is biblical, right?
And Rob, I had really a great week because I have not seen one rotten movie. I only have seen good ones this week. Because I finally got around to watch Cuckoo, and I totally had a good time with it. For me, I would actually not comparing it to Longlegs, but they are in a feud for me because they are both distributed by Neon. They have almost the same running time. They're almost a little bit, bizarre outside of it. But for me, actually, Cuckoo is the better movie. So I had really fun time with it. Really looking forward to getting the Blu-ray for Cuckoo. Have you seen Cuckoo, Rob?
No, I have not. But I've heard very mixed things about it.
It's understandable, but I thought it comes together nicely. So, like I said, Longlegs didn't invite me to go on this journey. By Kugu, with the lead, with Gretchen, I was always there trying to figure out what is going on in the Bavarian Alps, since it's a little bit of a German location. Get some plus points, of course. And Stan Stevens says some German sentences. Really does fine with them. Then just a couple of hours ago, I finished the animated show, Rob. I watched
what'd you
Terminator
think?
Zero on Netflix. Really nice one.
I liked it.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
Me too, Rob. Nice concept with the different AI, but they have to give the series a little bit of time to evolve some of the stuff. And the only thing, everything is connected somehow. With different timelines, so perhaps a little bit. Let's see how they go if they get a second season. Perhaps it can get.
Well,
a little bit convoluted.
What I really liked about it, though,
eventually.
is like the Terminator franchise is so stuck in just telling us, like, it's almost like the Skywalker saga. We're only ever hearing about John Connor and Sarah Connor and the T-800 and T-1000. And it's like the whole planet was taken over by AI. So somebody's like, maybe there's another story to tell in a different country.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, that's your term. How did they not figure this out before?
And it had really nice animation from time to time that really popped. And the last one from Zoe Kravitz, her directorial debut. I watched Blink Twice. Rob, as you know me, a fan of the R&R genre. Not wrestling recreation, that other one. This is totally my stuff. Totally looked great considering the camera, the picture quality. Really had a nice time with it. Hopefully, we will get a physical media release. Since it's a MGM movie, it will be on Amazon Prime at some point. But sometimes they release their stuff on physical media. I would totally buy that one, Rob. I had a great time with Blink Twice. And for me, Channing Tatum was never better than in this movie. This was stuff that I have seen, Rob.
Nice.
No rotten movies this week for me. Lucky.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, totally. Some super chats came in.
Yes, super chats did come in. Thomas Logan says, actually, Undead Six says, honestly, it feels like the Penguin is to dick tease us because the Batman Part 2 is delayed for so long. Well, but so was this Penguin show. They announced this Penguin show a couple of years ago. And obviously the strikes and COVID and all that stopped that. But we'll see. I mean, I've only seen the first episode, so we'll see where it goes. I think Colin Farrell is having a great time doing it.
Nice. And don't forget, Rob, Tulsa King is back too.
Oh, good. I'll have to watch that.
Yep.
I love Tulsa King. Thomas Logan says, you forgot that 6 months ago, Emma Stone won for Poor Things, a steampunk comedy body horror, and More is 60, and her win would double as a career Oscar. I just can't see it. I mean,
for me, Poor Things was a little bit more of the under the umbrella of an art house movie.
Yeah, it was more, and it's Yorgos Lanthimos. He has much more of a pedigree than Coraline Frege does, or Coraline. I don't know. I mean, look, would I like to? I don't know if to me more. I mean, look, I love Ghost as much as the next guy. You know, I love G.I. Jane. You know, but I don't know if to me more has a career that would scream career Oscar. I don't know. You know, although her Brat Pack work.
Fingers crossed, but I don't see it.
I will admit, I wish I would have dated a girl like her from her St. Elmo's Fire. Kind of a crazy, you know, problem child. I bet she was a lot of fun, though.
And what I
how about Wisdom? Remember the movie Wisdom? Remember that?
I didn't know that, Rob, but where did I hear it on some YouTube video that she is actually the woman in the I Spit on Your Grave cover.
Yes, she is.
Didn't know that, Rob.
That is true. The American version.
Yeah.
The American, because she was in a movie called Parasite in 3D that I think Charlie Band directed it. And that's, I don't know if he was dating her back in the day, but yeah, she is when they made the American I Spit on Your Grave poster, they did a photo shoot, and that's her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I'll go find that. Danzig 1979 says, when do you think we'll start to see titles announced as part of the Disney-Sony deal? Also, which titles would you love to see first? Happy birthday, Rob. Well, as everyone knows, the first titles I want in 4K, believe it or not, first and foremost, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I want it in 4K, Dolby Vision, give me the works, and put all the special features that were on the white Laserdisc box set. And I want Mary Poppins. Yes, I want Mary Poppins in 4K, and let's follow that up with Fan-fucking-tasia. I want Fantasia in 4K with a brand new Dolby Atmos mix. Mr. Stokowski! I want that so bad. Give it to me. And then with other movies, Blood In, Blood Out. Hollywood Pictures, Blood In, Blood Out. Give me my fucking 4K of Blood In, Blood Out, my carnal.
If you are mentioning Hollywood Pictures, Rob, I throw in Dead Presidents too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would love to. I don't know why we don't have these things. I mean,
but I don't think we have any announcement considering
Crimson Tide. Give me my fucking Crimson Tide.
I don't think
give
we have
me
any
Armageddon. Amen.
Definitely. But I don't think we have any announcement considering what title Sony is first publishing under.
We don't.
I don't think.
And Disney is so, who knows? B-Dep, hello, B-Dep says, hey, Rob and Dietz, happy B-Day, Rob. Nice to catch you guys live again. Rob, just wanted to let you know that I got my War Games t-shirt from the MOC chat on T-Public. I got to get that, the Whopper. The Whopper, so it's the computer code from the Whopper. A World in Pajamas is back. Been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I think you could turn Terry Pratchett's stories into anime. What do you think? The Discworld stories? You totally could. Tracy, our World in Pajamas friend. I do read your Instagram messages, though. I'm glad to see you back. Welcome back. So we are caught up there, my friends. My friends, we are caught up.
So we could go over in the second horror part.
Sure, why not?
Because I have no letters to read. No. Who starts, Rob?
Well, go ahead. Go right ahead.
The first one, because this is I already own, so I will give one away probably to Patrick if he wants to. Because I have not seen this motive that often. Furiosa as the 4K, but with this kind of motive as the Steelbook.
Didn't the box set come out? Did the 5-film box set come out, or is that next week?
No, this should be out already, but it's just
I didn't get mine.
A Steelbook, but with a different kind of artwork, which came out in Italy. So this was not available here. Then, from Paramount Studios, Martin Scorsese's bringing out...
Yeah, I'm waiting. Mine's getting delivered today. Oh, oop. I didn't mean to cut to me. I meant to cut to you. I really like this movie.
Have not really the big recollection of the movie. So, it comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray. So, actually, I don't know if the Blu-ray comes with the new scan, or it could perhaps be the old one. And you have some stuff printed on the back, actually.
Who knows if we'll still get more Paramount titles.
They can always licensing them out, Rob. And this is actually, I think, one of the first one of Paramount with this kind of packaging that I got. And I detected they have numbers. So this is 47, considering those editions. Paramount presents bringing out that. The next one, I know, Rob, I know. Second Sight is bringing it out, but for me, this is totally fine. The media book from Cape Light in 4K is out. Late Night with the Devil, and I love the cover artwork. for the movie. David Asmalchian. And it comes with the 4K.
Oh, that's cool with the TV
And-
guide and stuff.
and
That's
Blu-ray.
really cool.
Yeah. They have some nice artworks inside it for the movie. TV guide. Viewer letters here. Nice. Night owls. So really some really nice inside here in the media book.
That's great.
And I totally had a great time with the movie. So this is the German media book, Cape Light, Late Night with the Devil. And it's a little bit early, I know. We're all waiting for Christmas and Terrifier 3 to get around. But this is one, I don't think I have seen it. This is a French version of the movie. And there are more movies in this format as this packaging. Silent Night, Deadly Night. So this comes actually only with one Blu-ray and two DVDs. So this is the slip and comes with the cover artwork. And it says, of course, it's uncut version. So they are actually on Blu-ray and 2 DVDs. I don't know what actually is on the third one. Okay, it says uncut version and a booklet. Just see, which is, of course, in French, considering the movie. And I think this is a gap in my movie knowledge. But I think I always hear it's the so bad it's good kind. So Silent Night.
Aren't we getting too old for that, though?
No, never. So
Okay.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, and the last two for this week. And they have the Night of the Comet in this kind of packaging too, and some other older
Oh man, I love Night of the Comet.
stuff. Yeah. The French Steve McQueen got out here. Jean-Paul Belmondo in Le Marginal, or called The Outsider, the Außenseiter. And he was a big international star in the 80s, even in Germany, because Rob, those movies had always a special German synchronization, I would say. You know, where they said some stupid stuff that is not tied to what they are saying in the original at all. So this is has 2 Blu-rays, but the second one is a special feature about Belmondo himself, and not that many pictures in here. More really a book for it. And he was really big with his action movies in the 80s, even here in Germany. So this comes from Turbine, Rob.
That's really nice.
Le Marginal. So let's put this one in from Turbine. And the last one, which I watched on a Friday, and I totally had a great time. And we always want, if we watch a 4K transfer, like watching the movie for the first time. And I did a little bit of go back, because the Kino Lorber one did already had a 4K scan. I don't know if this one is the same, but it is in 4K, Rob. I got from Alan Parker,
Ooh, wow.
Mississippi Burning.
I'd love to get that.
From Cape Light. It comes with 3 discs, Rob. So we have one just for bonus, and the Blu-ray and the 4K. Inside of the middle part of the media book, we have the beginning of the movie, and the movie totally holds up. Was quite surprised about how actually the pacing is in it. So totally nice one. And just the surface, Rob, feels great. Mississippi Burning, the last one in 4K from
Sweet. You gotta love that. So
over to you.
I got the Super Friends set, the animated set. Now, first of all, what's really cool is this spans from 1973, the first Super Friends cartoon, all the way through up to 1985, and all the different incarnations.
How many discs are in this?
This set gosh, I don't even know. Let's see, 2,
Jesus,
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 discs. Now, this is my only complaint. So, it's in this rickety packaging, and it's already smashed on the side, so it won't clasp there.
Close,
but, and I would think that for kids or something, you'd want a little bit sturdier packaging if you're buying this set for your kids. Yeah. But it's kind of a bummer. I mean, I understand why they do it, because they have to keep the cost down, but still...
The problem is, Rob, you can't easily replace that thing. Where can you buy such a thing?
I mean, you can't, and it's a lot of discs. I get it, but it's a pain in the ass. But still, I'm happy to have, believe it or not, just for nostalgia purposes. And if you ever have, I don't have kids of my own, which is sad, but because I've had so much stuff to show them. But if I ever have grandkids or something, or Elizabeth's grandkids, I'll have this to show them. The hour-long Super Friends with Plastic Man guest starring in the Geek Computer. So I'm happy to have that, which is cool. Then I got this from Arrow. I always meant to get this. Yeah. This is a great movie about Hollywood from the 70s, Day of the Locust, starring Karen Black. It has multiple covers. This is the American artwork. And then this is... I don't know why. I always just forgot to buy this. Yeah. And so I was looking at, I was buying some stuff from Arrow, and I picked this up. So I got Day of the Locust. I love this movie. And then Kino Lorber, also the original Murder on the Orient Express in 4K.
Looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I love it.
Cake movie. A coffee and cake.
This is such a coffee and cake movie. Such a coffee and cake movie. Great cast, all-star cast. It's interesting. I saw this in a movie theater. And when it first came out, I really want to compare it to Kenneth Branagh's version.
Yeah.
Obviously the filming is much different, but I haven't seen this. I do. There's a lot of great filmmaking in this. And of course, one of my favorite directors, Sidney Lumet, made this movie, and it's got some decent special features on it. So happy to have this. Love the acting in this. And it's a Sidney Lumet movie on top of all that. And then you already showed this. But this is something I was really looking forward to, The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes.
And this, like you pointed out, I won't get into it, but last week you talked about the different aspect ratios. There's 3 different versions in here. Great cover, great reflective cover.
But you tossed them aside, Rob, and said DC only. DC only.
Well, yeah, it's true. I did. The director's cut of this is essential. Yeah. It's got more Judi Dench in it.
But just for interest's sake, Rob, just check out the
I love the fact that there's 4 Riddick movies now. David Tuohy's making, and David Twohy. This is not the last time I'm going to talk about David Twohy on this show today, because one of my favorite movies of his is coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber. A great movie that doesn't get nearly enough. David Twohy. I love David Twohy. I mean, I've said it before on this show. I interviewed him at the Royal Theater in West LA before a screening of The Arrival. Not Arrival, but The Arrival, with Charlie Sheen as Zane Zeminski and Ron Silver as an alien. I love The Arrival. And I made the mistake when I was interviewing him of saying he's my favorite B movie director. He didn't like to be called a B movie director. But he makes upscale B movies.
Yeah.
Like this is a B movie with a big budget.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, as much as I love Pitch Black, I love this. Riddick is pretty good. I can't wait to see Furion, the new one. But bring these movies on, and I'm really happy to have this. Thank you, Arrow.
And it has the nice special feature, looking back on making Riddick.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Way bigger than the first one. What went into it. Great.
Yeah. So that's my haul this week. There you go. We have some more
Yeah.
some more super chats. Thomas Logan says that Bringing Out the Dead is a spiritual sequel to Taxi Driver. I'd agree with that.
Oh, okay.
And then Miele, is that the home appliance?
Yeah.
Is that the kitchen appliances, Miele, or is that Richard Miele, the watchmaker? Wow, this is... Boy, I've been getting some bangers. My ending, Miele says, my ending for Hereditary is much more disturbing. I have the son sodomizing his decapitated grandmother and mother. Hell is not polite. It needed to cross the line to make it the modern Exorcist. I don't know, dude. I even hell has ethics. There are rules. There are rules, and I don't know if sodomizing your decapitated grandmother and mother. I don't know. And I don't think The Exorcist, even The Exorcist doesn't... doing things that are disgusting and gross doesn't necessarily work for a movie like Hereditary.
Yep. And the ending was already great, how it was.
It was great, but I can understand that. I mean, I understand that, look, as much as I like my disturbing endings, they still have to fit the tone. If you did that in the movie... it would have been way too out of left field, and people would have been like, no. I mean, you can be gross and disturbing. You can go all Serbian film if you want to, but if it doesn't fit the rest of the film. So hell is not polite, but hell also doesn't do things for things' sake. You have to have a reason. Even The Exorcist wouldn't do something like that. A World in Pajamas, Tracy says, I bought my brother an Alfred Hitchcock box set for his birthday. Kenneth Branagh is directing a movie called The Last Disturbance of Madeline Hind. I would love I love that title, The Last Disturbance. What was the first disturbance? Or the second disturbance?
We can have a prequel about that, Rob.
I don't
we can have a prequel
know.
About that.
Yeah, but there you go. But I like the way Miele thinks. I like his disgusting or her disgusting. Yeah. I don't want to misgender anybody. But if you're going to go that far, you got to make the rest of the movie fit that depravity. So
do we jump over into the news section, Rob? Do you have some?
Yeah, I got news, dude. I got news. Yep. First of all, some of obviously the big news of the week. We're getting a beautiful Galaxy Quest 4K limited edition steelbook. I've wanted this movie. Everyone loves Galaxy Quest. Obviously, as a Star Trek fan, how can you not love Galaxy Quest? This movie is so funny. I cannot wait to get it. It's great to have in 4K, and it's probably going to look fantastic. I'm sure it will. And what a delightful film. And it didn't do very well in its original release, but it's grown in stature since then. It's the Shawshank Redemption of science fiction, fandom, and comedy movies. So there you go. You can speak like a Thermian. I hope they have the Thermian audio
pretty
track.
Good, Rob, I have to say, pretty good.
So there you go.
Good.
Yeah, so Galaxy Quest it is. Now, this is cool from Zavvi. Somebody pointed this out to me. I don't know who sent this to me, but Zavvi is putting out one of my favorite movies of the year, along with The Substance, Strange Darling. Oh. This is a great Strange Darling special edition that you can get at Zavvi. It's coming out, obviously.
It's not exclusive, Rob. I pre-ordered it on Amazon UK. It's not exclusive to Zavvi.
Well, there you go. Amazon UK, good special. This is a movie I definitely want in a special edition because I loved it. This is great. I don't know if so that's cool. Very excited about this. I don't know if I show this, but To Catch a Thief has a special edition. So To Catch a Thief, obviously I love To Catch a Thief. With the North by Northwest special edition that's not shipping from Amazon UK to the United States, I had to go somewhere else to get it. So that sucked, but I'm getting it. To Catch a Thief, one of my other favorite Hitchcock movies. Love this movie. Grace Kelly. Oh, my God. So that's cool. And then I saw this on Zavvi too. I'd never seen this before. This Austin Powers special edition. Is this a UK thing? It might be. Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, a 4K special edition. Thought it was very, very cool. So that's really neat. Want to pick that up.
From 8? Who's
I saw this on Zavvi, so maybe it's a UK edition. I don't know what's up with that, but heck, why not? And then Criterion announced their December releases, and they're all bangers. First we have Federico Fellini's 8.5, one of the greatest movies ever made, in 4K. You knew this was coming. Why not? Marcello Mastroianni. I will buy this. Sammo Hung. Now, I haven't seen this, but along with 88 films,
you should get it. Eastern Condors is one of the great ones.
Oh, it's one of the great. I mean, it's legendary. That Criterion is jumping into the fray with 88 films and 101 films and all the other great companies that are putting out Asian cinema, Korean and Japanese cinema, and Chinese cinema. It's great to start getting this stuff from. Maybe they'll do Bullet in the Head. I would love to see Criterion do Bullet in the Head. So that's coming out, which is
highest recommendation of Eastern Condors. Get it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what people say. I don't know if this is 4K though. Is it 4K?
No, it's just a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's just a Blu-ray. But 8.5 is 4K, and this one of the great Miller's Crossing is my favorite Coen Brothers movie, but this is right up there, maybe right next to it, maybe on the same level. Coen Brothers' No Country for Old Men in 4K. What a great film. And then rounding out this list in December with with your fellow countryman Wim Wenders, Paris, Texas. Another great film. All four of these lists are four of these films are worth buying. I can't wait.
Awesome cover artworks.
Yeah, all of it is so good. Very excited to pick all of those up. What a great list of titles. Now, Kino Lorber, I've already shown this. We already knew it was coming out, but William Friedkin's The Hunted, they've added special features to it. Pretty packed disc. So it's great. Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. I love seeing William Friedkin tells a story about how the two of them work, and they work very differently. It's great. I can't wait to get this. Obviously, when he was married to Sherry Lansing, who was running the studio, and so he got to make movies like Blue Chips and The Hunted. I'd love to get Blue Chips actually on 4K. So hey, it's Friedkin. I'll buy it. Now, speaking of David Twohy, again, one of my favorite David Twohy movies. This movie is great. Below. This is a really great ghosts supernatural story on a haunted submarine. Call it that. If you've never seen this movie is great.
I think I have it on DVD, Rob, but I can't remember if it was ever released even on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it was on Blu-ray either. But I love this movie, and I don't remember. I had it. I don't know if it was DVD. I don't know what it was, but this movie's great. I can't wait to get this. You go, David Twohy. And then, so what's not to love, and then. Other Clint Eastwood, Kino Lorber is also putting out Play Misty for Me. I think this is the first movie Clint Eastwood directed. I love this movie. Okay. They're putting this out in 4K. And Kino Lorber is also putting out The Iger Sanction in 4K. And I like this movie too. And so you've got two Clint Eastwood movies. I like, obviously, reversible covers, which they're finally showing you. They're giving you an O-ring, a slipcase, and reversible covers, which is cool. So they're making this double release kind of a prestige thing. So again, Kino Lorber crushing it as always, which is cool. Then Indicator, keeping up with for the sapphic vampire lovers out there, lesbian vampire movies of Jean Rollin. We're finally getting Requiem for a Vampire coming out from Indicator. This line of their Jean Rollin movies is the best. I mean, look, obviously Jean Rollin movies are an acquired taste. I'm still waiting. My favorite Jean Rollin movie is Living Dead Girl. Fascination is already out, but getting Requiem for a Vampire is a lot of fun. And these discs, these box sets are great. Chock-a-block full of special features. Obviously, they come with great books. There's a lot of great information. Indicator loves Jean Rollin, and I'm there for it. And they're also putting out another Jean Rollin movie I've never seen called The Escapees. I know nothing about this movie, but they're adding it to the collection, and I will buy this because I know nothing about it. And it's got one girl carrying another girl, and they're escaping from somewhere, and you can imagine
4K.
somebody gets... Yeah, these are both 4K. So, yeah, so I'm sure these girls get naked at some point because they all do in Jean Rollin movies, and that's reason enough to buy it. So there you go. The Escapees. Then we're jumping to something completely different. Cheerleaders Wild Weekend, coming from MVD. You've got side A, and then you have a limited slipcover. MVD putting out The Stuff, which is I don't know. Is this the kind of thing you would buy?
I have never heard of that movie, Rob.
Me neither. I never have either. Yeah. But hey, it's
There's
coming
so many
out.
titles that we are looking forward to, but we're getting weird stuff too.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. But what can I tell you? That's coming out from MVD. And why wouldn't you want it? I don't know. And I'll tell you something else. What else is very cool? I think this is coming out from MVD. I'm not entirely sure. But I've been working on this project called True Noir, the assassination of Anton Cermak. And of course, this project, which is moving along swimmingly. So it's based on Max Allan Collins' book, True Detective, the first in his Nathan Heller series. But a lot of people don't know that Max Allan Collins also directs movies. And he has a movie coming out. I don't know if it's going to be out for the holidays. I don't know if it's going to be out in time. But he makes these kind of ultra low budget movies. I just saw the trailer for the new one, which looks pretty funny. But he's got a movie he made last year called Blue Christmas coming out in on Blu-ray. A noir twist on the classic Christmas tale. So, MAC Productions, who we've teamed up with at Imagination Connoisseurs Unlimited, and Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who created the Quiet Place franchise, they bought a theater in Iowa and renovated it. And they have a blurb that says Collins is a master of noir and brings decades of his deep-rooted love of the genre to Blue Christmas. So, Max Allan Collins, see, I work with the best people, dude. I work with the best people.
Nice.
So Max Allan Collins has Blue Christmas coming out on Blu-ray, which is very exciting. I think it's coming out from MVD, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It doesn't say...
I know, I can't. I was looking at. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. So MVD, I'm sorry. I don't mean to lie about you. I don't. I'm sorry. And then we've got Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. This looks like a pretty cool. I mean, I think this is 101 Films, right? I don't.
I'm not sure of who's putting that out in the UK. It could be.
Yeah, I look. Am I a slasher movie fan? Not so much. The slasher genre is not a genre I've taken with me into adulthood, to be honest. I mean, what that says about me, I don't know. I've taken all this other sleazy stuff into adulthood, and this is indeed from 101 Films. Special features and all of that. So, and these are
4K, Rob.
I was going to say in 4K. What's not to love? What's not to love? And I think, hey, if you want to buy it, buy it. And now this might be my cover of the week. Junk Films. What a cover. Now,
what the hell?
Wow. So let me just explain what this is. Now, this is only the Japanese, man. Only the Japanese. Okay, so Massacre Video will release on Blu-ray Junk Films the collected short shockumentaries of Surasaki Kiyotaka. Surasaki Kiyotaka, Japan's most notorious death photographer and the creative force behind Orozoko the Embalmer, dives back into the darkness with his video camera. Junk Films is a compilation of short documentaries filmed between the late 90s and early 2000s, featuring an array of shocking scenes from the aftermath of severe auto accidents in Bangkok to the intense self-mutilation rituals of the Vegetarian Festival in Phuket and the decaying corpses in a Bogota landfill. These are all real. This is not.
That is something different, Rob.
Offering an unflinching look at the gruesome aftermath of combat, disasters, and accidents. This compilation, unlike any other, provides a raw, voyeuristic view into the reality of death, distinguished by Kiyotaka's unique perspective. Prepare for a viewing experience that is as enlightening as it is disturbing, now subtly enhanced with a brand new HD master for even more vivid and impactful clarity. And so that's coming out from Massacre Video. I mean, am I going to buy this, Dieter? I'm going to admit to you, no. No, I don't. I'm not. I don't need to see this. Faces of Death, all that stuff. Don't need to see it. But for you people who do, if you're on the edge of becoming a serial killer or a school shooter, maybe if you buy this disc, you'll have enough of what you need to make yourself feel better. So maybe that's what it's for. There we go. Junk
infamous here
films.
in Germany.
I mean, it's. I don't know, but I figured it has a great cover, so who are we to pass up something like that? I will not be adding it to my collection. Although I'd love to know who the cover artist is. There you go. This comes from Severin, Deep Cuts, Dario Argento's Deep Cuts, which is exciting. Movies, other stuff by Lamberto Bava and Luigi Cozzi, the director of Star Crash. So these are, I guess, forgotten bits and bobs from Dario Argento's career. As a matter of fact, why don't I delve into this? I should have used my due diligence, and I'll tell you what's actually on this disc. But again, it's coming from Severin, and Severin has always been putting out stuff that is very cool. So let me get into what this is. So it's a standard issue Blu-ray of the Deep Cuts. Now, I think this 4-disc set, I don't know if this was where it was, but disc 1 is Door into Darkness Part 1. And disc 2 is Door into Darkness Part 2, and it's short films. Then disc 3 is Night Shift. Disc 4 is Dario Argento's Nightmares. So a bunch of interesting stuff. At the peak of his cinematic triumphs, horror legend Dario Argento created projects for RAI-TV that broadcast his singular vision of terror into millions of Italian homes. Door into Darkness is the top-rated 1973 anthology series produced and hosted by Argento, including Il Tram, directed by Argento, Il Vicino di Casa, directed by Luigi Cozzi, and Testimoni Oculare, co-written by Argento and Cozzi, with 3 of the 4 episodes sourced for the first time from the original 16mm negatives. Argento's popular 1987 variety talk show Giallo is represented by the maestro's own Dario Argento's Nightmares, scanned from recently discovered film elements, plus the murder mystery segments of Night Shift, directed by Cozzi and Lamberto Bava, behind-the-scenes tours from Tenebrae, Phenomena, and Opera, and guests that include Anthony Perkins, David Gilmour, and Nick Mason. So this seems essential to buy if you're an Argento fan. I've never seen that TV anthology series, but it looks dope to me. So there you go. You go, Severin. Those boys at Severin, you can't keep a good video company down, can you? Then we've got, here's the actual packaging for the West Wing for people who love the West Wing. I do. I love especially the first 4 seasons, and the last 2 seasons I really enjoy. I've never seen a TV show take a dive as much as it does between season 4 and 5 when a coke-fueled Aaron Sorkin had to leave the show because the pressure and the work, but hey, it's okay. And then Warren Stevens from Forbidden Planet and Star Trek's episode By Any Other Name. Look at this, Dieter. I know you're going to want to get this. The Student Body. I don't know anything about this movie except that Warren Stevens is in it. But if you look at this poster, I don't know what's not to love. First of all, it looks like it's cover of the Mad magazine. See the student body that everybody wants to get into.
Secret campus experiment from
inmates and classmates to playmates. I mean, what's not to love? 3 beautiful co-eds set education back 100 years, and Warren Stevens is in this. Don't know anything about it. I know it's R-rated. I'm sure it's going to have boobs and bush, and that is enough for me to purchase it. The Student Body. There you go. Hey.
Okay.
And then we go to the top-selling Blu-rays. No surprise here. Inside Out 2 is number 1. Horizon, An American Saga is number 2. You go, Kevin. Costner, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is number 3. Late Night with the Devil is number 4. Knuckles is number 5. Number 6, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Chapter 1 is number 6. Furiosa and Mad Max Saga is number 7. Kill is number 8. I'm waiting. Nice. Bringing Out the Dead and Kill and something else is supposed to show up today. I was hoping to get it before the show, but I didn't. The Garfield movie is number 9, and Civil War is number 10. By the way, Civil War has a great documentary by Charlie Lazarica on it, and I like the movie quite a bit. And then we've got the top-selling 4K discs, not much different. Inside Out 2, Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 1, Kill, number 3, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, number 4, Beetlejuice, number 5, Wind River, number 6.
It's the Steelbook, probably.
Yeah, I'll have to get that. I love Wind River. The Dark Knight trilogy must have been re-released because it's the 85th anniversary of The Dark Knight. A League of Their Own, which is great. Number 9, The Lost Boys. That they have a new Lost Boys out, new box set, and The Batman to coincide with the Penguin series. So there you go. That is the news. All the news that's fit to print.
So, should we go over that you can take a break to the live chat? But don't worry, Rob. It's not from 3 weeks. It's just one show.
I'll just chill out and watch you do it, buddy.
Okay. So previously on Let's Get Physical Media, this was actually one that I probably forgot, but I thought it was a great one from Adventure Square. They should put out a Zaslav collection with the Pult movies, with Batgirl, Acme, and whatever he pulls next. That would be a nice box set, actually. Nice idea. And since I did have microphone and camera comparable issues last week, of course, people chimed in about it. Alpental, 1K special edition less, more money for an accurate cam. Major Chicha, it's all fun and games until Dieter can't figure out the new camera. Yeah, it was frustrating. Alpental, I guess the buzzer draws too much power. That could be it. Miele, Dieter, hurry. I'm missing the birth of my first child. And Major Chai, we need an inflatable emergency deed. So like in Airplane, that's actually not a bad idea. Adventure Square. Turns out Dieter's new camera is haunted and only shows recorded footage from the past. Garrett Benjo Sandwich Worthington. Germany should have good Wi-Fi. Actually, I'm doing the show over cable. Actually, I don't use the Wi-Fi. And Lord Toss asks, Kite Man? And Uncle Jimmy says, Kite Man, heck yeah! Bane is so funny. Konto 007. Sorry. How is Dieter getting Max in Germany? Well, there are some possibilities, which includes, of course, a VPN. But Konto 007 VPN is only one of the steps that you have to take, considering the streaming device you use. It was a pain in the ass, but I finally got it to work because Max is still not available in Germany. They still have a deal with Sky, considering their content. But I don't think Kite Man is on there. And I'm impatient, so I did some shenanigans to get it. But it's not like Rob always thinks. I'm paying for the service. Kondo. Adventure Square. I watched a bunch of movies on a train this week. Maybe I'll do boats next week. Flycatcher, That Calm, Triangle, Ghost Ship, and Death Ship. That would be actually a nice compilation. Michael Lynch, love the show, boys. Welcome back. Greetings from Itvorin, Serbia. Nice, Michael. Adventure Square. Is there already a Rudderless 2, considering the tip from Cody? Unfortunately, I didn't get around to watching it. So Adventure Square, is there already a Rudderless 2? You see it here every week on the show. Every Rudderless steer through our show, You see it every 7 days. Adventure Square. I don't remember a thing about Double Jeopardy, but love the actors, so I got a rewatch. Exactly. You and Isa parked our shuttlecraft in the same shuttle bay. That was my take too. Can't remember the movie. I should memorize it. Tom Jr. Jackson. Dieter has the same microphone as me. Miele. Dieter has the same bald head as me. And Xavier Phoenix says, Die Qual der Wahl. German wording. The torture of choice. Love it. Donut Lord. Rob, are you literally a Satanist, or is that a joke thing like your birthday? Well, perhaps you will get an invite to his satanic cult.
Look, let me just tell you, if I was a Satanist, I'm a bad Satanist. If I was a real Satanist and things are working out for me, I'd be rich. I'd be surrounded by virgins. I'd live in a palace. I'd be drinking blood and living forever. So, am I a real Satanist? Or I could be like an Anton Sandor LaVey Satanist. Satan represents love for those who deserve it, not love wasted on ingrates. No, but I do love movies about satanic cults. And if I really thought being a Satanist would work for me, and if I could really meet the man himself or the girl himself, the creature himself, the fallen angel.
Just like a nice conversation, Rob,
Yeah, man, I'd at least love to interview him on the Observations, but no, I think being a Satanist... It would be
just one more on your list. How can you talk to this guy? Rob, no.
I know, it's true. People would attack me on Twitter. I cannot believe you had Satan on your show. God, I mean, I used to think you were... You've fallen from grace, Burnett. I'm unsubbing. How do you dare have Satan on your program? Look, every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear.
Especially from Satan.
I'm just saying.
With you,
It's amazing to me that people are as progressive as they want to be until you've done something that they don't like. If you talk to somebody they don't like, then suddenly demonetized, unsubbed, whatever. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you've been watching me for 6 years or something, 9 years, and then I talk to one person you don't like, and suddenly, I will make this offer. If anyone knows Satan or, can put me in touch, I'm happy to have him or her or it, or I guess Nephilim, whatever, angel, whatever. They are welcome to come on the show, and perhaps maybe instead of giving me a super chat or a tip, if I get a little of that scratch from Old Scratch or whatever, get a little money, mortgage payment or something, I'd be much appreciative. There's no money in
inside.
There's you know what? It seems to me that you could be a Satanist or you could just be a friend of Sean Combs and you could get the same stuff. Oh, that's too bad. Oops.
This was actually a super chat, but I would like to repeat it from Bruce Lum. Hi, Rob and Dieter. Disc and collector's edition of Avatar. Slide into out from tight pockets, not side by side. Why would they do this to save money? Question mark. I have no idea, but those slips are sometimes really can be annoying. I did show the Norseman last week, the special edition.
Yeah.
The Alex Sorber. That's sweet. Norseman got even better for me after rewatch. That's always great if you do a second watch of something and the movie gets an uptick. But BCH wanted to like the Norseman, but didn't really. Net Knight, Chief Running Mouth, always impressing me at least once. Listen, that's great. Great.
Only once? I got to do better.
But per episode, Rob. So he will come back, Rob. To have that, at least that little bit of knowledge. Considering, let me just think about the context. The third man box that you showed, Rob.
Oh yeah.
Anonymous, love that movie, but I don't care about box sets. Don't have the room. Totally understandable, but it's nice that you get always a separate package, just the discs, and not only the box set as an option. Tim Hence, one of the most recognized themes, even if you don't know the movie. Totally right, Tim. H.V. Christodot, I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. H.V. Christodot, I was actually late to the party myself because it was, of course, forbidden here. So I didn't get around to until way, way later, considering Texas Chainsaw
I just like
Massacre.
to say, I know a lot of people, look, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not some gore fest.
No, no.
It is a really disturbing.
The title tricked me, Rob. The title tricked me.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, but it's a really disturbing movie, and it's a brilliantly produced and directed film. Everything about it is its reputation is deserved. But if you think you're going to see a gore fest, it's not that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that.
Exactly. Good point, Rob.
The tone is much more along the lines of something like Seven.
Psychoterror.
Yeah, it's psycho. Yeah, it absolutely 100%.
And Tim Hence asked a good question. What happened to Jonathan Mostow after Breakdown and T3? Actually, Tim, I don't know.
I don't know
what he has done after it, because I think T3 was a moderate hit at least. I would think so.
Yeah,
and Breakdown wasn't too bad either. And the other one, U571, was, I think, pretty good at the box office too. I don't think he had really directed any big flops. Animus Mouse, you guys must have a ton of space in your houses for all the physical media you buy. Perhaps Rob has. Me, actually, not really. Tina Gussman, where can I buy the Frank Capra box set? As far as I know, Tina, it's not available to pre-order yet. Rob, is it available to pre-order?
No, I don't
think
so. I don't think so.
I don't think we have a price for that box set yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. But I'll look here. I'll look real quick.
Yeah, I don't think it's available for pre-order. Don't think so.
I don't think so.
So Tina, we will keep you.
It ain't going to be cheap though.
No, definitely not. Tim Hence, very sure Dieter can drink Rob under the table with the size of their pints in Germany. I can guarantee you, Tim, I will not be able to do that. Just from the information that I gathered on watching Rob on YouTube.
I don't even think that. And by the way,
I will not get.
I don't even think Dieter could drink one of these. These old
and I'm swimming that in your pool, Rob.
but the funny thing is, like, we used to, I used to get hammered on YouTube, hammered. I hammered, and I finally got to the point where, I mean, I've curtailed. I mean, I'm not a total teetotaler, but a teetotaler at all. But I totally cut down my alcoholic intake. Because we used to just
let's say on Elizab use, one bottle of wine was sometimes not enough. Let's just say that.
But that was when we did double features. No, but it's
Michael Lynch.
It doesn't. It's not. You know what? It's not funny anymore. I mean, even I have to say that falling asleep on YouTube. Well, that was after an 8-hour show, drinking all night. Not a good look. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing.
Rob, with that kind of approach, you would make the 16-hour stream.
Well, it's interesting because I didn't really talk about this on my body horror show last night. I mean, I have so many things I want to talk. I don't just do shows willy-nilly, and I feel like I didn't talk about nearly all the things I wanted to talk about on my body horror show because I got too distracted. But one of the things I really liked about The Substance is that for me personally, and you and a lot of the people, old school geeks like us, my main interests in life, for better or worse, have not changed since I was a kid. Like literally buying physical media, was doing it when I was 13, model kits, action figures, all the things that I've been interested in have really stayed the same in my life. And because when I got married, I didn't have children, I think having children, I mean, now that I've been bringing up Elizabeth's kids for 9 years, but I think children takes the focus. Like if I had kids of my own, I would not nearly have been focused on the stuff that I'm still focused on as a middle-aged man.
Definitely.
My interests I would have transferred to my kids, and I would have said, hey, let me
As it
show
should
you
be.
what I like and watch their own interests. Like I give them a launching point, and I wouldn't expect them to like what I like, but I'm like, here's what I enjoy, and hopefully you can take those things as you will. You might hate them, you might reject them, and go on. But I never had that. So I never had that transition point where I could unburden myself of all this crap. So, I'm still like, oh, look, here's an old man Wolverine figure with Hulkling on his back. I mean, it's like, I have to have this. But do I? Do I really? I mean,
Don't ask that question, Rob. Don't ask that question.
I know, but to be honest, like, look, how much more stuff can we buy? There's so many great special editions coming out, and it's getting to the point where, and it's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. But seriously, like I feel like I'm getting to the point, and I don't know if you feel this way either. There's all this great stuff coming out, but do we need it all?
Exactly, Rob. That is a problem. And Thomas Logan said, I'm more interested in always watching newer stuff than going back to rewatch something of the old ones, I have many people that came to me, how often will you watch that movie, Dieter, that you buy?
Well, here's
they're
the thing.
right, I know.
We might never watch it.
Exactly. But we know.
So it's over there. It's
Yeah,
right over
we
there.
have it in our archive.
It's alphabetized.
Yeah.
But don't you think that's a little crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is sort of irrational. Like here's the thing.
Totally.
Here's the thing. We've been doing a show for how many? Almost 4 years now?
Almost 4 years. Yeah, we're
4 years. So wouldn't it be better if I took 6 months worth of what I would buy on disc and flew to Germany and hung out for a week? We could drive to Berlin. We could go to stores. We could travel around Europe. I could hang out with you. Now, wouldn't that be a better use of money than buying more discs? In terms of me personally, like when I die, I can't take the discs with me, but I would have always had a memory of going to Germany and hanging out with you.
Like you said last week, Rob, Grandma, you need to have experience, and then you said, oh no, Grandma, I buy stuff.
Yeah, well, the thing is, that's my grandma. It's true, but like, it's kind of the point where, like, I used to be Mr. Party social dude. I was out all the time. And now all I do is sit by myself in this garage editing most of the time or talking to other people on YouTube to a green light. When I do Robservations, I'm doing it by myself. Yeah. It's essentially
that for me
verbal masturbation.
That for me seems actually pretty hard to do, considering you don't have immediate feedback. You have super chats, but like you sometimes say in the observation, is anyone still listening? You don't have the immediate feedback.
If you think about it, like my last show last night was just Robservations was 990. We've done this. This is our 167th show. I've done hundreds of Elizab views. I've done thousands of John Campia and thing. I've probably been if you calculate that in terms of time, what, 10,000 hours? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I've been on YouTube for 10,000 hours. Now translate that to how many days is 10,000 hours? And in terms of my life, I could be out doing something. I could be out now. Am I going to get depressed about it? No, because I have a box set of Super Friends.
Exactly, your Super Friends are your friends. They keep you company.
I have a custom Eddie Murphy head that goes on my Eddie Murphy figure from Beverly Hills Cop 2. But the thing is, it is a weird thing, and totally. as I'm getting older, it's getting to the point where I'm not like now most of my discs are alphabetized, and you can get to them. But it's a question that how long are we going to do this for? Like at some point, we're just going to buy stuff? I want to be able to sit down and watch movies and enjoy myself, but I still have to work and make things. But it's something to ponder. Exactly. We're not going away anytime soon.
The biggest issue up is time, actually, and we need that substance package in the mail,
I need Second Sight's HITCHER, buddy. Yeah, I know people are getting it. The reviews are stellar. It's everything we could have possibly wanted. And then, I want to get that Strange Darling box set. I want to get that Third Man box set. I want to get all these box sets. But do we need them?
What can I do?
I don't know. Anyway, that was a little philosophical musing interlude for your live chat.
Get back to the live chat and being drunk. And Michael Lynch says, get Dieter hammered, Rob. And then you guys can come and visit me in Serbia and get hammered there.
Oh,
Cheers,
I want to go to Serbia. You know why? I want to ask people, have you seen a Serbian film? No.
Probably a cult movie there.
I would not ask anybody that if I went to Serbia. I would ask people about Hey Baba Reba, my favorite Serbian film.
It is somewhere.
And also, Modesty, who I love, she told me there's a Serbian film and I forget the name. I can't. I'm bad with the Serbian names. Elizabeth is half Serbian, by the way. Her dad was Serbian.
Oh, okay.
And she speaks a little Serbian.
Yeah.
So, I'd love to go to Serbia. I'd love to travel. That'd be fun. We could go get Terje up in Norway and just travel around. If I had some real money, that's what I would do. We'd finally go on that international tour and we just pick. We could get Emma Bannon. We could get the Vixter. We could have that. We could take a party entourage all through Europe. We'd probably wind up in some hostel place. We'd go to maybe that's what would happen. We'd go to Serbia. We'd meet some beautiful girls, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you come see this thing?" And we both wind up victims of hostel.
Or like in Eurotrip, Rob, we can open our own hotel. With just $1 for the exchange rate. Walter Weidwalker, Rosenbaum is fantastic. Bruce Lam. Can't wait to hear Michael Rosenbaum as Nathan Heller. Rob, how far are you with the recording of everyone?
Okay, so I've been recording Michael for days, and we had a great record. So there are two main female leads in the show in True Noir. There's Chris Carr, who plays Marianne, who's a client of Michael Rosenbaum's character, and then they fall in love. And then there's Katie Sackhoff, who plays Nathan Heller's fiance, and they break up over the course of the movie. But I had recorded both of them, their voices, before Michael Rosenbaum was involved. This week, I brought Chris Carr back. So Chris Carr re-recorded her entire part with Michael Rosenbaum, and they acted together. It's unbelievable. It's funny because Chris Carr, she's a great voiceover artist, but she hasn't acted a lot with other people. And she really did. I would hire Chris Carr for any project. She does the work. She was absolutely delightful as Marianne Beam, and watching them act together, man, they worked up some real emotion. It was heartbreaking. So I have 2 or 3 more days to record with Michael Rosenbaum, and we have Patton Oswalt recording. Awesome. So that is then all we have left is the Walla group. So Walla group is I bring in a bunch of actors and we do all kinds of little parts. So,
as background.
Yeah, and people in restaurants and stuff people say, and we have like little security guard parts and stuff like that we have to fill in. So and I've been editing the first episode is about 75% completed. I played some of it yesterday on just a really rough. Really, what I'm doing is basically dropping in the voices, but it's really rough. But it's the mixes are going well. The first 6 episodes have original score to them. It's all good. So it's very, very, very exciting, and I think people are going to really like it. But we'll see how it all goes. It's my favorite. I'm so proud of this project. And Michael Rosenbaum is killing it, absolutely crushing it.
Great to hear.
So
Kevin Browning, I hope they don't do the Terminator what they did to the Abyss. Well, Kevin, I would expect that the Terminator will probably look that way.
Terminator is a little rough, by the way.
Yeah,
the original Terminator.
And Kevin Browning says too, I am now calling it an O-ring rather than slipcase. Would be the other
good for you.
Can say. Yeah. And Eugene, isn't it just a sleeve? Sleeve is more a complete complete closed.
Yeah.
Eucalyptus. Dita is my favorite anime girl, okay? Timmons, I want a Dita Bastian action figure complete with a Swiss Army knife. I don't know why you want it with a Swiss Army knife. And we talked about the Blair Witch Project being a little bit of the granddaddy of found footage movies. And Timmons, Troll Hunter is still the best found footage movie. And Pete and Card, Troll Hunter has one of the most epic endings in movie history.
It's pretty great.
Nice. Kevin Browning, I hated Spectre and No Time to Die. I won't watch James Bond anymore because of those movies. Okay. Secular Monk, I love Rob and Dita, but all the surplus purchases I have made because of them, they are a bad influence.
Well, I would say we enrich your life through bringing you the opportunity to broaden your artistic horizons.
Yeah, with a balanced purchases,
a media diet that you need to be a part of.
Media diet, exactly. Speaking of media diet and Chris Gore, will you be on Versus talking about the substance on Monday?
Yes.
Nice. And Tina Gassman asks Europe, you have more knowledge of that. What's your favorite Capra movie? Can you name one on the top of your head? What would be your favorite from that big set?
I mean, I have to say only because it's so it's so cliche to say, but I would have to say It's a Wonderful Life only because of how it's shaped. But here's the thing about It's a Wonderful Life. You know what I really love about It's a Wonderful Life is how it takes reality and fantasy and puts it together. I mean, the same reason I like movies like Wings of Desire or The Twilight Zone, or the idea of how, the depiction of angels in It's a Wonderful Life. There was something about what Capra was doing with fantasy that really impacted my enjoyment of genre cinema, science fiction, fantasy, and horror in general. And the reason I love Amelie so much is because of what he did in that movie. And I've seen that movie a zillion times.
Yeah.
And from the time I loved it. When I first saw that movie, I probably was like 7 or 8, and I thought when I first saw it that it was a Twilight Zone episode. And so when I first saw It's a Wonderful Life, that's what I thought it was, because I'd been watching Twilight Zone episode, Twilight Zone. I didn't really Twilight Zone episodes since I was like 5. And that's what I thought. I thought It's a Wonderful Life was like a Twilight Zone movie or something when I was a kid. And it took me a while to figure out, oh, no, it's not. It has nothing to do with the Twilight Zone. But it kind of felt like a first season Twilight Zone episode, because in the first season of Twilight Zone, you don't see Rod Serling. You hear his voiceover, but you don't see him. And and it was, so for a long time, I thought that It's a Wonderful Life.
So you already started your headcanon back then, Rob.
Yeah. Yes.
Kevin Wellburn saw 4K Witchfinder General in 4K, and it was like seeing it for the first time. That's all what we want if we're seeing something with a new 4K transfer, watching it for the first time. And Almetal says, guess the James Wan stuff is also creepy but not bloody. Correct, Almetal? We had the younger viewer, 14 years, who asked about perhaps creepy movies but not too bloody. And Michelle D says, blasphemy! The original Toxic Avenger is a masterpiece, because Rob said it's trash. Admiral, I will get a 4K of Joint Security Area for sure. Kevin Browning, I love JSA. 2 Korean films are outstanding. Totally. And Tom Jr. Jackson, as a final one, Variety and Hollywood Reporter both spoiled the ending to Joker 2, and then Variety had the balls to write an article outing themselves about it. Didn't know they did that. And Walter Whitewalker, I went to summer school with Manuela Velasco, who was the star of Wreck, found footage.
Oh, cool.
She came over to the States to help her learn English. Had a huge crush on her. Understandable, Walter. This was the live chat, Rob. Week.
By the way, I just I should say also Capra's movies in the 40s. Like, I also love Arsenic. I mean, it's not just It's a Wonderful Life, but Arsenic and Old Lace. I love Arsenic and Old Lace. And, you know, the normal stuff like Meet John Doe and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and stuff. But It's a Wonderful Life is it. But I do love Arsenic and Old Lace. And that was a movie that my grandmother actually introduced me to. My Nana Babe, my dad's mom. This is so funny because my grandmother, she had this great perfume that we always bought her, but she also smoked cigarettes most of her life. So I know people think it's gross now, but she didn't like chain smoke. But when I went to my grandmother's house, there was this, she always baked cookies and she smoked cigarettes and she had this great perfume and the combination of that smell, I guess would be a Capra-esque smell for me because I associate it with Arsenic and Old Lace. Because Arsenic and Old Lace was the only movie I ever watched in its entirety at my grandmother's house because she always came to our house. She liked to get out of the house, so I did see Arsenic and Old Lace, and whenever I'm thinking about it now, that smell of chocolate chip cookies combined with cigarette smoke and her perfume and Frank Capra's Arsenic and Old Lace. So there you go. So is the live chat done? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done, Rob. I think people fired in some super chats.
We got super chats. We certainly do. Stub McShave says, I hate the trend of pitch correcting or using auto-tune on old songs. Freddie's voice on the latest Queen re-release has been messed with. In the future, there will probably only be these altered versions on streaming. Another reason to get physical media. I totally agree with that. I can't stand when they do that. I can't stand it. Thomas Logan says, Demi Films, The Youngins Gotta See, The Seventh Seal, that's true. Mortal Thoughts, that's a good one. The Scarlet Letter, Striptease Uncut, and Mr. Brooks. Yeah, those are all good ones. I like those movies. I like Mr. Brooks a lot, actually. Although those are all great. And Seventh Seal is great, too. I saw Seventh Seal in, is it Seventh Seal or Seventh Sign? I guess it is Seventh Seal. Is it Seventh Seal?
Seventh Seal. I have actually, at the moment, I am not sure.
I thought it was Seventh Sign.
Yeah.
But it is Seventh Sign. It's not Seventh Seal. Seventh Seal's Bergman. Sorry, Thomas. You'll fuck me up there, but it's okay. So yeah, I hate pitch correcting. Paul Allen Bernotto says, I texted you the announcement of the Strange Darling 4K box set from Zavvi to you and Dieter.
Correct.
There we go. I forgot who did it. Thank you, Paul. I like the fact that you're looking out for us. The World in Pajamas, Tracy says The Cure is releasing a new album. Hopefully they'll do a concert. I got to watch the new Crow movie. It was awful. Did you see it?
No,
yes, I did. And I hated it. Oh, look at you drinking again. Does that mean I can drink too? I hated it.
Prost, Rob. Prost.
Hated it. Prost. Mas Hussein says, hi, Rob and Dieter. Did you hear that? Oh, you know what? This is, thank you for bringing this up. I did not bring this up. There has been news about 7 on 4K. Bad news. You know how they were going to do the big "What's in the Box"?
Yeah,
that has been
two editions.
That's been canceled. The "What's in the Box" version of 7 no longer. So, Mus Hussein, first of all, I want to thank you for bringing this up. I should have brought this up. Hi, Rob and Dieter. Did you hear that the 7 4K "What's in the Box" edition has been canceled and will now get a steelbook supervised by Fincher? So we are getting 7 in 2025. I think early in 2025. Maybe like they were going to release it. But now it's got packaging designed by Fincher. Now when I saw the "What's in the Box" packaging, I thought it was cool, but I'm like, David Fincher he can't dig this. So indeed he didn't. So they've canceled the "What's in the Box" and the packaging is now David Fincher approved, like the transfer. And let's face it, at the end of the day, we just want the greatest transfer of the movie. Yeah. So,
and probably the steelbook will be cheaper than the box set, Rob.
Yes. Yes. So we're getting a cool, but we'll probably have to buy it from the UK because the Warner Brothers domestic version's gonna fucking suck. We'll have to get them.
I still know that my pre-orders for those box sets are open yet. So
yeah, mine are too. So Major Chai Chai says, Chai Chai says, this has been another segment of Existential RMB. Well, that's why you watch, right? So Channel Surf says, it's like having a home book library. You never know when you will want to go to a title. That's what I tell myself all the time. Stub McShave says, the answer to your philosophical musings can be found in the comic strip panels I sent you. Just use the Google Translate and find all of the answers you need. So Stubble McShave sent me on our member call, there is a Swedish character that looks like Donald Duck. And he sent me these cartoons. They're pretty funny. They're very dirty. They would not fly in America. And Disney apparently got all pissed off because it looks like Donald Duck, and the creator did some really interesting things to get around all that. But yeah, I was using Google Translate. That Google Translate feature, first of all, the Google Translate feature on your phone is one of the most miraculous things ever. If you have it, all your foreign media books, the Google Translate feature immediately transmutes German text into English text instantaneously. So you can just read anything you want on your phone in any language. It's amazing. It's amazing. So there you go. And Stubble, yes.
Modern technology.
Dan Candy says, cheers to Rob and the most trustworthy guy on planet Earth. I saw that you made that a video.
Yeah.
It's true.
I couldn't help myself, Rob, cover me in oil.
It's true. No, and it's true. I meant every word I said. Yeah. Prost. When Dieter drinks, so do I.
Bang, boom, bang. 25 years, Rob. Come on.
There you go.
Bang, boom, bang.
So I do believe, hang on, let me just make sure.
Okay.
I want to check and make sure I haven't forgotten anyone.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carlos P sends in a super sticker.
Yeah.
Sandy Q has become an imagination connoisseur. Remember the channel, Sandy?
Nice.
We have, I know I always say this, every 2 weeks we have a member call on Saturdays. They usually last 3 or 4 hours where we just hang out and talk to the members. Secular Monk says that 10,000 hours is 416 days.
A whole year, Rob. Over a whole year.
Over a whole year. Wow. That's amazing.
But those hours are still there, Rob, on YouTube.
They are still there. Terrier says, I own more physical media than Diddy owns lube. P. Diddy. That's very topical. And Terrier says, what is the most expensive single item in your collection of physical media? Does that include books?
Most expensive.
Because I know what you're...
Then I know my answer, Rob. Then you know my answer. Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up again, Rob. Don't bring it up again.
Come on, dude. Tell the folks at home. Tell the folks at home. Here's my favorite thing that Dietz... But look, you shouldn't be embarrassed about it because it's really cool.
Yeah, but it's not very handy, Rob, considering the size of that thing, And because I didn't check the measurements of it when I ordered it,
I can tell you tell the folks at home what it is. Come on.
It's the Tim Palin photographs from the Hunger Games. He did all the media coverage for the movie, and this book is available in the handy edition. And this is a big one. I showed it on physical media 1 or 2 times. It's big and heavy, and it has had a nice price tag. But Rob informed me that actually the price didn't went down. It actually at least stayed at the price that it was, or it went up.
Yeah, I think that in terms of because I have books like Tim Lucas's Mario Bava book. When I bought it, has gone up. You can sometimes find it for $700 or $800, but it's worth thousands of dollars. Look at that. The most expensive physical media I bought was the Sentai Filmworks box set of the anime.
Exactly.
My favorite anime of all time, Legends of the Galactic Heroes. And that Blu-ray set was $800.
Yeah.
And that's the most I think I've ever paid for physical media. Although the Tosh and Kubrick books, I didn't buy the Shining book, and I really wanted it. Charlie Lazarica's wife bought it for him. It was $1,500. Like, I have the Tosh and Napoleon book. I've got the but I didn't. The Shining book was $1,500. I'm just like, I can't. I
remember the Phantom Menace Laserdisc, the Japanese one, being one of my most expensive purchases.
Yeah, that was like $200.
Yeah.
I still have mine. I kept mine. It's a beautiful disc. Looks incredible.
Still have it.
Yeah,
and the sound was insane.
Yeah, but my disc, in terms of Blu-ray, the $800 Sentai Filmworks Legends of the Galactic Heroes box set, and but you know what? It's got that silver foil cover, and you can't even. That picks up every nook and nick, and it's been moved.
The fingerprint.
Yeah, I hate that, but it's still great.
It's shiny, Rob. It's shiny.
It's very shiny. It is very, very shiny. So hang on, let me. Where were we talking about? How much our most expensive? That was
talking about spending a lot of money.
Yeah, that was Terrier's question. So that's most expensive, and let's see. I think. That's everybody. I think we're caught up.
Oh, Terry is back, Rob. Was a last super chat.
Is Terry back? I own a first edition of Planet of the Apes book. Is that hardcover? Pierre Boulez.
Okay.
That's a cool thing to have. That's a really cool thing. I'd like to have a first edition of Planet of the Apes. If I started, at one point in my life, I was collecting first editions that a lot of them were my storage locker when I had the storage locker debacle. And it put me off collecting books because my book collection was worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and I was really into getting all my favorite. Like, I wanted to get all the first edition Ian Fleming Bond books, and if I won the lottery, that would be the one thing I would do is buy first editions of books. I'd be like Boris Balkan in Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate. Yeah.
Get all my favorite sci-fi, fantasy, and horror novels. I'd buy a first edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. That would be, if I had money, that would be something I would want. If I could get a first edition of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And get Jules Verne first editions and H.G. Wells first editions. I would want those. That would be something I would.
Ask Swag Props.
Yeah.
To do them.
Yeah. Hey, Swag Props.
Swag Props, can you do a little bit of a first edition for me?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that I do have my Swag Props Ninth Gate book, and while I'm not a practicing Satanist, the 9 gates of the kingdom of heaven, come on, I would, there you go.
If Satan would come along, Rob, he would say, you have a nice collection here. So.
Yeah. If Satan could give me 10, I would like to live for 3,000 or 4,000 years. But looking like I'm 35 in my 35-year-old body. Not that that is that now, but if I could, would you do that? Would you trade your, I don't know what eternal damnation looks like, but would you trade your soul for immortality, or for if you could live for 1,000, if you could live for 2,000 or 3,000 years, would you?
Considering what I still have to watch, Rob, I probably would take the deal.
As long as we don't have a nuclear holocaust and you're the one person alive on a cinder and you don't have any electricity.
We need Kokoro to save us from Skynet.
Right, we do.
Rob, it's been too long. Do we have time?
Oh man, if you want to do it.
One card, Rob. One card.
One card. Uh-oh.
Let me just. I need my flashlight from my smartphone because the questions are so tiny.
Yeah.
On those cards.
We're ocularly compromised.
Insane. Yeah. I don't know if that helps you, Rob. It just shows a tricorder on the back. I have no idea.
That's actually a communicator.
Sorry, Rob. And there you go. Yeah. First question, Rob. What device is a key component of most 21st century Starfleet equipment? What device is a key component?
A duotronic circuit?
No.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget you can have multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice.
Universal translator, a transtator, whatever that is, and a transponder. Universal translator, transtator, and transponder.
I don't know. Translator? Not
Correct, Rob. What is a translator, Rob?
I have no
That
idea.
is the correct answer.
That's
correct
a weird
answer.
question. Yeah. Well, the
Multiple
duotronic
choice.
circuit is the circuit in all of starships that was created by Dr. Richard Daystrom.
Who left a communicator on Sigma
McCoy.
Lat? Can I finish, Rob? Let me finish it. It is correct, Rob. It is correct. Communicators were used by the Enterprise transporter for what purpose? Communicators were used by the Enterprise transporter for what purpose?
To lock on to crew members to beam them up?
Exactly, Rob.
What kind of questions are these? Technology. Yeah. I mean,
to locate a person to beam up. So,
yeah.
Right. On Miri's planet, when the children returned stolen communicators to the Enterprise crew. On Miri's planet, when the children returned stolen communicators to the Enterprise crew.
When?
Correct, Rob. When? After something happened in the episode.
Oh, after Miri got sick.
After Dr. McCoy injected himself with the cure.
Oh.
I just wanted to use the buzzer. I didn't
okay, there you go. Well, okay.
But this was considering the multiple choice. This was one of the options, Rob, to say that. This was one of the options.
Well,
last one, enriched.
Technically, it was after that happened, so. But whatever.
Okay. I was splitting hairs again, Rob, over the trivia question. In which Star Trek movie did the Enterprise crew use wrist communicators? In which Star Trek
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Correct, Rob. That goes here. Nice, Rob. Nice, Rob.
So there you go.
Still keeping score. On this Star Trek trivia. We still have some left.
Some more to go.
One more to go. New super chats came in.
We shall see. Let's see who said what. Jason. Oh, here we go. Millet said Twilight Zone episode, but with Blu-ray. I don't know. There. First of all, one of my favorite Blu-rays that I own is the Twilight Zone.
Oh, the movie.
No, the Twilight Zone TV series.
Okay.
So CBS restored because unlike Star Trek: The Next Generation, the Twilight Zone was all cut negative. So when they restored, like I'd only ever watched Twilight Zone on TV. When they restored the Twilight Zone and those Blu-rays were coming out, it was a revelation. The difference was unbelievable. The black and white photography, that CBS restoration of the Twilight Zone is one of my favorite things ever. It's so good. I don't know if Millet, if that's what you're talking about, but Twilight Zone episode, but with Blu-ray. I don't quite know what that means. But are you talking about It's a Wonderful Life being on Blu-ray? I am not sure.
Not sure.
Jason Webster for $20 super chat says, I bought a Blu-ray copy of the South Korean sci-fi Alienoid, Return to the Future. The film is an entertaining romp, so if you are looking for a fun sci-fi adventure, Alienoid, Return to the Future delivers 3 out of 5. Is that the second one?
Exactly, Rob. Don't forget, Jason, there are two. There are two Alienoid movies.
Alienoid's a sequel. I mean, the Return to... Yeah, it's a sequel.
They're both called Alienoids, but look, Jason Webster, there are two movies.
Go get some, Jason. Of course, that means you have to go spend more money.
Yeah. But perhaps you've seen the second one, and there was a little bit, let's say, of a recap.
Yeah, there's a recap.
At least. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess hang on. Let me just check the other. I have to check 2 different places to make sure we don't want to leave anybody out. Stubble, McShave. No, we're good. We are good.
Okay.
We are caught up. We're caught up. I guess we can end this show, right?
Do we have a little bit of a time to talk about the substance?
Oh, yes,
Spoiler.
we absolutely
A little
can.
bit spoilery. So
Let's
people,
talk about the substance.
If you haven't seen the movie and don't want to go in spoiler free, please leave the live chat. Unfortunately, and if you have seen it, you of course can stick around with us and go a little bit into it.
I just want to say that I am drinking pumpkin spice coffee from Starbucks. I bought some on a whim, and Elizabeth actually liked it. She's very particular about her coffee, but this is good.
Totally. Because I went into it, Rob, only knowing, body horror movie, and about being young. What I didn't know, Rob, is about the mechanics and the rules of it. Because I was just thinking, Demi Moore takes the substance and gets some of kind of de-aging going on. Margaret Qualley would just be another actress, But no, this was not was the movie presented when she came out of her body, and I was thinking, oh, okay. And what I totally love, Rob, as a physical media lover, when she just opened the package, and she got the first one out, Okay,
that was the great when she opens that box and she has to keep going. Totally. It's like getting a box from Fan Home, like my Partworks boxes, and opening and having all the packages on the inside.
Get almost the rules with it, the rules. 7 days, that the kid.
I would say this. Speaking to that, my one criticism of the film, was I really wish that. Like, it seemed, they kept saying that you are one. Remember, now that you're split into two beings, I really wish that Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley would know when they transferred back that they would know what the other one got up to. Because they didn't know, like when Demi Moore started eating all the food and making a mess of her place and making Margaret Qualley show it up. I know that I really wish that, like, for me, what was the thing that was missing, my criticism of what was missing was Demi Moore, a friend of mine, a girl I know, who's one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life in terms of physicality. She's just extraordinary, madly in love with her for years and years and years and years. She told me something really interesting when she was getting older. She was a former model, and she was always beautiful and striking, very striking. And she told me a story, this was like 10 years ago, that she's a lawyer, and she went to work. After work one day, she would go into this bar and get a drink. And there was a time when she realized, and this was the story she told me, that a very distinguished, very handsome man walked into the bar and ended up buying champagne for these two hot younger girls at the bar and never even looked at her once. And she's still incredibly beautiful. And that was the first time she said she was aware of being older, because people have always looked at her because she's very striking in terms of the way she looks. And this really struck me. And she was pissed when she was telling me the story. She's telling me the story, but I could hear that she was like pissed that these other two young chicks got free champagne at this bar. And this was a point in her life when she knew that things were different for her. And that always resonated with me. And I think Coraline Fouget was going for this idea, but I wanted to see, and we kind of got a story like that. She was going to go out on a date and she went crazy, but it would have been interesting to see old Demi Moore react to Margaret Qualley's escapades with all of her coworkers and going out and fucking these perfect dudes, and that she would be resentful of the fact that like, even though they're supposed to be one, they kept saying in the movie that you are one, but they really weren't one. They were split into two people that were leading their own lives. And it would have been, I think, the only thing I would have wanted if I changed the movie was the two of them would have been very aware what they got up to. Whereas Margaret Qualley would have been like, why do I have to deal with this old hag when I can be young all the time? Because that's kind of what happened. And Demi Moore is like, why do I have to experience what my younger self is doing, which is just reiterating how old and hopeless I am? So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that. But that would have been a more philosophical movie, and that would have been a whole different thing. At the end of the day, this was an entertaining horror film. It was
Totally.
not a polemic about aging. It was part of that, but it was still in your face horror. I mean,
totally.
just like Revenge, which was a rape revenge movie, beautifully shot, stylized. It's still in your face. It's supposed to make you go kick ass. It's not some. And the article I read about the woman who hated it last night on Robservations, she was just like, it wasn't that. She didn't dig the horror fantasy element of it. She wanted it to be more of a. And so I understand.
Philosophically, perhaps. And we know what Coralie's fetish is, seeing people eating stuff, in close-ups,
which people hate. I've known so many people in my life who hate that. My dad used to do that. Drove me fucking crazy. I'm like,
no.
Or even like when you drink, there are people that go. People hate that shit, and that she did a good job with that.
Nitpicks from my end. You have seen the housemaid once, but she was never appearing when Margaret Qualley was there. So it seemed strange to me to have a housemaid, but never reappearing. So to explain where she was, you can explain it in the head. She said, "You need to come back," or something like that.
Yeah.
But we saw the housemaid one. And the other one that I didn't understand, considering the movie, because always one of the two was unconscious. But how could they be not unconscious at the end? I know she got the Terminator, the Terminator injection, so that didn't even do anything particular. I know she revived her a little bit. She seemed pretty knowledgeable how to do everything, so that didn't.
Well, I didn't.
Jived a little bit.
I didn't mind that because she'd broken all the rules. She jump started the car. Everything was all fucked up.
Yeah, totally.
And I would say this. I thought the end of the movie was fucking hilarious. I mean, I loved it. It was just so.
One of the hilarious scenes, Rob, was for me when the security guard or the cameraman or the assistant AD, "Oh, finally you're here," and she already has the paper head of Demi Moore just taped on herself.
I mean, Look, did the movie get full on ridiculous? But you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the end of Reanimator when Dr. West takes the two syringes and goes, "Ding," and all the bodies get up and the intestines are I mean, because she was making a horror movie. The funny thing is you can't forget that she was making a genre film. And on one hand, it's dealing with, I think the disconnect is, she's dealing with all these real world issues that are very fascinating for women to deal with getting older. And at the same time, it's interesting because you see that older women are becoming hotter. People are looking at women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and look at Sharon Stone posted a picture of herself coming out of a bath or a swimming pool on Instagram a week ago or something. She's hot as fuck, and she's in her 60s. So and women who are in their 20s, what the hell do they know? Women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s will rock your world, if you know what I'm saying, because they know what's up. But so our beauty standards are changing in our culture. And look at pornography in America. It's like that whole older women seducing younger men is a big thing. It's a big. So our things are changing, and I would like to have seen more of that. But it's still a horror movie. At the end of the day, I'm glad that it didn't become this big philosophical treatise on aging, because it's fucking hilarious. At the end, I was cackling like a madman.
I was just thinking, Rob, we had reached the end, considering she's coming back again as the extremely monster. And I thought, okay, we reached the end. We do a hard cut now with the regular, and then the movie goes on and on and on. Especially at the end when she totally explodes. And I thought, okay, we're not done. She's crawling. It's just the head is crawling to the Hollywood Walk of Fame star. I thought, insane, totally insane. This is not for everyone. This movie is certainly not for everyone.
No. No, but it was.
That's why it's great.
Yeah, that's why I thought so too. I was just, you know.
Yeah.
And
I don't think this is not a movie where you have, the middle ground. Oh, it's meh.
But it's also made me realize how kind of bored I am of American horror. It's not that there's so many things, whether it's Smile, whether it's Hereditary, whether it's all kind of the same. Like, I've missed monster fantasy horror, like totally going off into this Reanimator, Grand Guignol direction. Because what I really liked about this movie is it sets up a sci-fi premise that is pretty out there, and it's asking you to believe in it, and you do.
One belief, Rob, that you said that the movie gives you, that you have to go with.
Yeah, you have to go, and I would have liked to seen it fleshed out more. Yeah, but there's a lot of cool stuff, like it was really, they set up these really intriguing questions, which I think they can make a sequel. Somebody should make a sequel to this movie. Like when the young hot doctor is examining her spine, and he tells her to call this number. It gives her the jump drive or whatever. Yeah, the USB stick, and says, "Here, take this." Like, it was the whole substance. Like, I have many questions about this company. Like, what are they trying to do?
So you do, Rob. You do.
I do. I want to know all about like this underground. Like, who is this clandestine?
Yeah.
I hope they make the substance too, because like I like Hostel 2 more than I like Hostel. Eli Roth's Hostel. I like the second one better. Because if they delve into this company and the people running it and what they're trying to do, and I think this movie, I want to see the Substance franchise. I bring on the Substance too, baby.
But I was
Hey, wow.
but I was happy that it was left a little bit of a mystery, considering the company that is behind it. Just where she gotten her packages from. That creepy place. Go in there.
And I love like it was so weird. So that kid was like examining her, but at the same time we met the old version of him as well. And the young guy was doing the same thing that Margaret Qualley was doing to her. Have they started taking part of you yet? No, it was all. I loved all that stuff.
Yeah,
and you saw that
rules were great.
There were a number of people all these people in town were getting this. They were undergoing the same thing. I'm like, By the way, I don't think I ever saw this software do this before.
No, me neither.
I didn't know it could do that.
Wow, little bit confetti.
Must be.
But
nice.
It's certainly a movie that we will purchase on physical media, and a great follow-up to Revenge. Totally different kind of.
First
movie.
of all,
in the horror genre, but different.
Hello, Second Sight. Please do the Substance. Please.
But it will probably come out from movie.
No, it already is. They've already announced it. Yeah. But it's only on Blu-ray. And they didn't put Holy Spider out in 4K.
No, unfortunately not. What a great movie, too.
That movie's fucked up.
I had a good time with the Substance. She didn't let... But I thought, Rob, in the end, it was getting a little bit too long with all that stuff. So I would have... love to see it.
Yeah, the end with
not too many, but a little bit cut here, a little bit.
Yeah, I think especially the ending after the monster, if they could have cut it down and made it much more ferocious and quick.
Yeah,
and you would have been like, holy shit! It was extended out to the point. Although I really do, the Rain of Blood was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
But I totally get when I got a message from one of my Instagram followers from Bert, who said, in his screening, people walked out a pair, I can totally see that.
What a bunch of pussies. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stick with it. Yeah. Grow up.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I think we have some super chats left, and then I think we are closing shop.
Major Try says, after your observations last night, I realized the significance of Elizabeth's yellow trench coat. It tied into the opening scene of the movie. Yes, it did. With the eggs. 200 Watt Studio says, great to see Demi working again. How is her performance? Oh, my God.
Some say Academy Award worthy.
Fearless. I mean, she's like 61, 62 years old. And she got,
I don't know if it was on your observation, Rob, or an interview. She didn't even know the term body horror.
Right, yeah, that's right. She never heard it before. It was interesting. Somebody asked me last night when the first time I started using or hearing the term body horror. And I was thinking about that because I said last night that since the 80s, because I remember people talking about being a Cronenberg fan. I mean, I really went into my love of Cronenberg last night. But it's funny. That's the kind of thing where I'm like musing about how much I love Cronenberg, like talking to myself, going, "Does anybody care?" Like, I don't know. But I care. I'm reliving how much I love this stuff and how much these movies meant to me when I was growing up. But I mean, I've always heard the term body horror in relation to Cronenberg, and I do want to say that one of my favorite, because I love Cronenberg so much, this book came out called The Shape of Rage. That was an examination a critical examination, all these essays by film reviewers and academics and interviews and stuff about Cronenberg. And then I want to say that book was replaced by a second book that came out called, I think it was called The Artist as Monster, and it's got a picture of the bug typewriter from Naked Lunch on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because Cronenberg's early work, I mean, people remember The Fly, but not many people have seen his early work, and it was so influential for me because it was shaping what I loved. So, but people don't talk about his early pantheon of, they don't talk about from
but
Shivers to The Fly.
Just for me, from Cronenberg is here, considering the level of body horror, Corley put it up there.
Well, I don't know. The Fly might be the
the
grand...
Fly is pretty dope. But considering the other stuff like Existence or something like that, against those types of Cronenberg.
Oh yeah. But to me, The Fly is the granddaddy of body horror. It's the Star Wars of body horror movies.
but even there, Jeff Goldblum just turned into a fly. But this was something else, you know.
Yeah, no, it was...
Put everything in it together. Basket case, the thing, everything.
Yeah, Society, Brian using Society,
exactly
and all that. Yeah,
thank you,
totally.
Yeah.
But
but
it was too... You know what the thing about the end of the... Okay, I will say this. The end of The Substance makes it go into more of that Reanimator crazy territory where it goes over the top.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Absurd. All bets are off, and if you thought that she was trying, with the end of that, it totally reaches a level of absurdity that I think she needed, because if she was doing, it's not pretentious. By the time you get to that, you realize it's anything she was saying about, but she goes into full on Frankenstein territory there. It's
like I said in the beginning, Rob. When I thought she reached the end of the line, she said, "Hold my beer. We have some minutes and ways to go left."
I mean, I loved that. I loved it.
Yeah. So 2 for 2, considering Coralie Pasha.
Oh yeah.
So Rob, I think we are through and caught up with the Super Chat.
We are.
So from my end, I say, jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear, and all you have to do is listen. And I want to thank Tom Jr. Jackson for being a great moderator. I don't know if Lord Toth is here.
Yeah, Lord Toth is here.
And Lord, everyone says Lord, it's Toth. It's not Thoth. Yeah, it's Toth, right? Everyone else says it wrong. Maybe I'm the only one saying it right, or I'm the one saying it wrong. But I want to thank you guys for being moderators. I want to thank everybody for generously supporting this channel via super chats and tips. I want to thank all the members being members of this channel. Really very much appreciate it. And I love doing member chats. And we had one yesterday, and we will have, and it was sparsely attended. I have a lot more members. I have a lot of members that have never come to the member chats, which I appreciate. But and I love going to the member.
Love to see new faces there.
Yeah, love to see people come in. So if you're a member of the channel, come on by. The water's warm. It's fun to hang out. Love to see everybody. And it's fun. I love hearing. You know, what bums me out, though?
And especially, Rob, it's not completely on YouTube. So some people, like you said, are more private. They can talk to you it is private at the end.
Oh yeah, it is private. That's true.
Yeah.
But another thing too is I've had members that were members of the channel for a long time that just don't come anymore, and I always wonder, are they still with us? Are they okay? I mean, it's one of the YouTube things.
Yeah.
You know, your audience comes
I know.
comes and goes. Remember Vesna? Do you remember Vesna?
I know. I have no
I
idea.
miss Vesna.
Yeah.
But anyway, people come and go.
Really?
BL Alley. Where's BL Alley? I hope BL Alley is doing well. But yeah, it's always, that's what you do when you're on YouTube for like, more than half a decade. People come and go.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that note,
Ever changing.
thank you all. And we will be back next week with more.
Next week, forgot Rob, I have night shift, but I give you the option if you want to do it. We can do it Saturday on our time slot where you normally do your member chats, because I have free Saturday if you want to do it.
Oh yeah, why
Sunday,
not?
Unfortunately. Okay,
Why not?
Saturday.
Let's do that.
Saturday
all right then.
At the time slot where normally the
I'll put up a thing today that shows, or I have to find out. I have to for the subject matter, but I'll put a placeholder for it.
Yeah, nice. So Saturday, people.
All right, everybody. You heard it here first.
See you then.
All right.
Go watch Substance.
There we go.